Hit the road, follow Jesus. I've been preaching what he revealed.
On August 1st, 2003, our family embarked on a 4.5-month trip traveling through 17 states and 3 countries.
For me, the highlights of our trip were taking our children on a journey through the pages of their textbooks, as well as relaxation, adventure, and driving our 4-wheel drive bus on the beach of Baja California, Mexico. Woohoo!
One highlight of our trip for me was being together as a family and being with extended family. Another highlight was being with my sister Angela in Albuquerque. We all biked the Rio Grande to the Albuquerque beach and went camping into the Hema Mountains at Fenton Lake and taking our bus on a 4-wheel drive only road to a remote hot springs, and that all topped with a gorgeous hike up the valley to a creek.
Hi, my name is Shay, and I was a freshman in high school when the Martins, my second family, invited me on their road trip. The highlights of the trip for me were going to the malls, of course, swimming in Lake Okoboji in Iowa, and simply waking up in the morning and wondering where we are now.
I come to you like shattered glass with all these jagged pieces of my past.
I'm Deanne, and I turned 11 on our trip. My highlights of our trip were visiting state and national parks. I especially enjoyed the ancient ruins that were built by Indians. On October 24th, we went to Chaco Canyon. A large rock had fallen off a plateau and smashed a corner of the ruins. The original structure was built in the shape of a giant D so that it worked as a sundial.
I am Josiah, and on our trip I turned 9. My highlight of our 2003 trip was playing in the water. The first place we played in the water was at the West Edmonton Mall Water Park in Canada. Some of the slides were 80 feet high with lots of curves and tunnels. On the border of Minnesota and Iowa, we went to Lake Okoboji. We went kayaking, swimming, and got pulled by a boat on a tube. At Limestone Lake, it was my first time to jet ski and water ski. In New Mexico, we drove down a bumpy road and hiked up a big hill where a hot springs was. In Mexico, by the beach, we played in the waves. Another highlight was climbing to the top.
I'm Matthias, and I turned 4 on our trip. My highlights were having fun, climbing, getting myself into tight places, and watching the big machines harvest corn on Great Uncle Jim's farm. I turned 2 on our trip. My highlights were just having fun every wee bit.
But as you rise to greet the adventure, I offer you this prayer.
Sonora was 6 weeks old when we departed.
Mommy, Daddy, Shay, Didi, Baba, Daddy, Color, Mommy, Daddy, Happy Baby, Mom.
As we headed up the West Coast, our desire to be home for Christmas grew.
I'll be home for Christmas.
The temperatures grew colder, but there is no place like home.
Woohoo!
Count on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and